compete with portals like Property Finder, Bayut, Dubizzle, and others?
I don't believe we need to compete with any of them, and I don't believe we can compete, by the way, with any of them. So when you talk today about Property Finder, it's a giant. It's a $500 million company acquiring portals right and left, and at the same time, the kind of connections, the kind of intelligence, the kind of technology, the kind of team they do have is something that we definitely are not at par with. And we're not the same kind of service. We're not offering the market the same kind of service. Property Finder services brokers and getting the properties of brokers in general to a client. And Property Finder is trying to add value through different ways. Definitely, most of our companies are clients of Property Finder in a way or another. Propertyeportal does not remove Bayut, does not remove Dubizzle or the need for Dubizzle or Property Finder or Bayut or any of the others that are available, just property, any of the others that are currently available in the market. What Propertyeportal does is summarizes several kinds of services that are available in the market and provided by different providers and sits them all in one place. At the same time, we will be developing in the future to have an edge beyond this. Similar to, because now we're started allowing people to have the direct exposure to the market. So if you're an owner, why can't you talk directly to consumer? A consumer, somebody who wants to buy your property, should be able to see your property online, listed by you the way you want. Yeah, definitely, again, following a minimum standard and following the process and procedures set by RERA to get a permit. So all is done through the right approaches. In the future, why can't you, as an owner, a property developer, a property broker, connect with the market in a professional manner and conclude a transaction most of the time without third parties? You should be able to. Propertyeportal does give you that ability, and that edge will grow with time. So we don't compete. I believe we complete the services that are offered. And I don't believe we are at the size of any of the ones mentioned. Neither are we the size of OLX, nor Bayut, with the hundreds of millions of dollars spent today in technology and servicing and developing their team, or Property Finder.
Though you previously answered this, but can you walk us through the different services offered on Propertyeportal?
Definitely. You can first look for a project or a community. And you can look for a project through a developer, categorized by developer, or on a map, or through a community, an area. You can also book any service that you may need in your house. So you have cleaning service, maintenance service. If you're in the UK and you want to book a plumber, you don't want to really understand who are the plumbers who are good in Dubai, and probably you don't have access to that. At the same time, you want to probably pay online regardless of the currency. You can do that through Propertyeportal. You can have moving service booked. You can have a property inspection service booked. You can have all of those services that relate to your property. So anything you need in your property, be a tenant or a landlord, you would find on Propertyeportal. On top of that, other than the services that are related to your property, you can calculate your mortgage and connect to mortgage providers, which is not active yet but will be active in the coming few days. And you are able at the same time to connect to insurance providers through Propertyeportal, which is active already. So you can connect with insurance providers, and when you do connect with insurance providers, you are able to figure out the best prices that you want to get. If you are in the UK and you want to insure your property here, by the way, which is something that everyone should do, because 90% of the people, I believe, do not insure their properties. So everyone should insure their property, and now it's pretty easy through Propertyeportal. If you want to find a job in real estate, a career in real estate, if you want to post a vacancy for real estate, you're a broker, you're a developer, anyone who is related to the real estate industry, if you want to transact between a buyer and a seller without you connecting through a third party, through a broker, you can do that. And definitely it's not to surpass a broker. Again, we own several brokerages in town. So I definitely don't want to see customers jumping over brokers, and this is mentioned clearly on our site. What we want to have is an ethical transaction between two parties who probably have been introduced to each other directly and want to transact. Propertyeportal makes it possible. You can post your inquiry again, and you can list your property through Propertyeportal, as well as you can search for research about the market, research that we have created or research that other parties have done. So what we'll do is we will collect research and have it in one place for people to be able to look through it, analyze it, and build their property choices hopefully on it.
What's your plan for the future?
Our plan for UAE first is to grow through other Emirates. We started with Dubai. Why did we start by Dubai? First, because our model works perfectly in Dubai. Second, because it's a properly serviced market from a portal's end. The players in the market are professional, and thus we can learn having that experience there. And we are at a learning curve within our business. At the same time, it will be easier for us to branch out to other markets that we want to service in the coming few years, which do not have English portals or English speaking portals servicing them at a good quality. So you can't find like the of the portals over here in Portugal, at least in English. Have you ever tried to buy a property from Dubai in Portugal? Try to manage your property through a portal there, or to connect with parties that can do that. It's pretty difficult. We want to be able to service those markets. We want to grow through the other Emirates in UAE, and we want to grow. The plan is to 16 markets in the coming few years. Again, what we're trying to create is a solution to service users in markets that are in need for such solutions to relate to property. The best case study was our businesses and our clientele in brokerage. We are property brokers and real estate consultants since years. I own several brokerages, as we said, and a media agency which mostly does real estate campaigns and real estate marketing. And from there, I discovered many of the problems that people do live. Now we're trying to implement solutions for those problems. So we're on a learning curve. We were on a learning curve discovering what are the problems and how best to sort them out. Now we're on a learning curve how best to implement it in a seamless way. And that's not so easy, but it's not impossible. Everyone is talking about disruptive technology. I believe technology that is disruptive should start with simplicity. And we've implemented some simple solutions on our portal that probably will disrupt. The next step probably is fully automating all of those solutions into systems rather than having too much of human intervention. However, hopefully the coming few years, as I said, will hold 16 other countries that are on the radar for us today. And when we'll get there, we'll have another sit, and hopefully we'll discuss the 10 years that follow.